Hey, this is GVM, and today we are reviewing the HG Cal Re. I forgot the brand name, but once I do remember it, I'll put it on the YouTube title. And uh, other people have already reviewed this kit, so instead, I'm going to focus more on, I guess you could say, the pros and cons of certain areas that I've noticed. But specifically, these wings. Now, this is the MWZZ effect wings for the Cal Re and the color variants of the Cal Re. Now, I followed the instructions a bit, but I did my own pattern in a way. And there is technically a red color version and a transparent version. There is also a different set of wing thruster effects from a different brand, but they were a bit too pricey, like as in pricey enough for a 30-minute mission kit. So yeah, and what came with the effects were also blade effects for the beam swords. Sorry if you can hear that, that's just the dog, and I'll just let him out. Okay, back to the Cal Re here. So, if anyone wants to see the original wing, these would be the original wing effects. Just finding out the exact types. Yeah, these would be the wing effects, and I might actually use them again because this is actually very fragile, and I don't want to. Well, there's a 50-50 chance of it falling from my shelf, my new shelf of that, so I don't want to risk that in case. So, but I am showcasing video and pics of it now before I remove the blue effects. And as you've noticed, there is a missing accessory, which is the dragoons. Now, I'm actually just trying to locate where my stands are, because I do know that they're somewhere here. I just can't find them. Well, anyways, so you do get water slides with this kit, and if you're noticing, they are not. My Cal Re is not using its gold and white hand. That's because they don't go in all that well, and one of them went into the black hole we call the floor, but in this case the left hand disappeared worse than the other hands, or in parts that I've lost over the years, mainly because I don't know where it could have landed. Anyways, we're going back to the pros and cons of this kit. And first off, this kit is actually really good for the price. I got this for less than, well, a combined number of 790 pesos, because I got two One is a color variant, which is instead of this uh, white with gold trim, it is black with silver trim. I haven't built that yet because I've been busy playing a lot of games, and I still haven't found the stands, so I can't showcase these dragoons yet. Oh, very odd. I don't know where they are. Never mind, found them. Albeit were not in the place that I assumed they were in. So we'll be using this borrowed Action Base 4 stand. I believe that's an Action Base 4. Or is it a tree? Either way, thank you for your sacrifice. So there are two types of the dragoons, the long type and the short type. The difference is just the length. They're essentially the same thing. So they have a 3mm hole here, and they do have a cover. It's just that since this is a bootleg, the cover is, well, it took me a while to remove them manually, and by a while I mean I was just annoyed I had to do that. So here's the dragoon, and be very careful with the beam sabers. So essentially you get this, or you can do what I'm doing. So we'll put them, okay, we'll use only two types for now, just so you can see the so as you can see here, we got two inbound, and yeah, the stands are losing a bit of their friction, and yeah. So folding up, I'm on a limited time here, so these are the folded versions of the wings over there, and hold on, just getting a particular kit that could serve as our comparison with a Bandai kit, which is this boy, since I do have a Black Knight over here. Now, there is a lot of differences between a Bandai and bootleg here, but from what I can tell you right now is, if you do have the money, you should probably shove out almost a small, a minimum priced MG for this HG if it was Bandai, but for the bootleg, all you need to do is be ready to tighten some specific joints, because the right arm has a solid stiff joint, while the left arm does not. At least that's in my copy. The legs are surprisingly very, very playable, And the wings, you have to be careful because unlike this other kit that actually doesn't serve a purpose here, I have to be very careful. Also, the beam rifle is very. One of the most stable beam rifles that I've ever built from a bootleg, that is. So, in the case of these wings, I don't know if the weight would be different if I put on the sort of PET wing effects over these sort of solid ones. So what I'm referring to regarding connections here is you have to connect them all a bit away in, because otherwise if you have these wing effects, they will fall out. The wing connection will fall out pretty quickly. So what I'm trying to say is you have to be very careful. Also, I love the seed action system, but when it's loose, it has problems. And that's another problem I have, because I'm probably gonna give this kit more permanent hands. You know, the ones that don't have hand covers coming out, because these swords have a circular beam saber-esque handle. Also, there's a difference between the connection of the original beam blade and the one with the effect parts. So I had to cut them off from a certain point in the middle. So with the original, we have oh wait, with the original we have a certain connection point here, but here either way it doesn't connect properly. So you're going to have to be very careful, but it's mostly the, don't know if you can see that, it's mostly this part and this part of the connection. So a bit of the ends and a bit of either joint strengthening pen or super glue, but don't just put them in there after you put on the super glue. It's just there to add in some thickness of the connection here, because that's mainly the problem, the connection. Also, another loose part are these. Yeah, that comes out. I don't know if I'll glue this yet, but I probably will. That happens a lot. So be very careful. But other than that, the majority of all of the parts you see here are very, very good. Like they pass the good enough minor modifications to keep it stable. But so my recommendation, get it on your own. I don't know the word. Basically, if you don't have the money for it, I suggest going for this bootleg, because the Bandai Cal Re, its biggest enemy in my point here is that it is pricey. Like, if the sale price here that I've seen is 2,500 pesos. If I am going to compare that price to other Bandai kits, that is essentially, if I remember correctly, the gun tank is 500 pesos, unless they've changed that now. The HGUC gun tank, if it's 500 pesos still, that's 5 HGUC gun tanks. But in terms of value, 2.5 is the equivalent of one RG and one HG of the high to low standard. Or if I'm going for what I remember, a 30-minute mission kit, and two 30-minute mission kit, and at least one of the support units or weapon sets. So there's a lot of varying pricing here. But seriously, the only reason I did not get a Bandai Cal Re is the price. If I had, well, I do have that amount of money. It's just that I could buy more with that. This was less than 500 pesos. Less than 400 pesos, actually. So, minor adjustments, and you got yourself a very good HG Cal Re. So, this is GVM signing off. A proper review that isn't just a rant, and some pros and cons of the HG Cal Re, I'll probably save for the silver black.